guys, just want to come on today and cover a very serious topic indeed. Apologise about my appearance. It's very hot here. It's maybe too hot actually. It's very humid, summertime and all. We're having quite a bad summer actually. It's quite hot. I'm not comfortable with the heat. It's about my neighbour really, Scott, at 41 on where I live. I wanted to talk about drugs today, and I'm not one to give sermons or preachers or nothing like that, or preach nothing like that. It's just I've been quite concerned about somebody recently that's been taking drugs for the last 8 years, and I think a little bit before that, because the police were always round his house, but I never looked into it and I never knew why. And recently I've been very concerned about him, but then again I've been bullied quite badly by him, and it's quite horrible, and I wish it would stop. When he takes the drugs, he's not himself at all. He gets quite aggressive and quite nasty. Well, not just to me, to everyone. I suspect cocaine and heroin actually. And this guy's been using it for, I'd say, a good few years, about 8 years at least, because he used to be a good friend of mine, a good neighbour, and he helped me with my shopping trolley up the stairs this one time, and he was really gracious, really great fun to have around. And then all the drugs started out, and it wasn't fun anymore. It was just horrible, and I just thought I'd have a little talk about that, because that does worry me some, and it upsets me too, to know somebody that good. Well, he's not that good, but he wasn't bad either. He was an alright guy, and he was always lovely to me. Gave him a calendar for 2 years in a row, Christmas, and for the whole year, they weren't dear. They were only 39 pence a pound, but he was ever so grateful, and he was so nice. And then he started taking more and more heroin and cocaine, and it changed his whole personality, the whole thing. He became from what seemed to be a really nice guy to just a complete and utter bastard, quite honestly. Sorry about the language, but he did. He became horrible, swearing all the time, making fun of me and my disabilities, being spiteful with his friends. His friends want them. He sells and deals on the road as well, unfortunately. No, I don't think he's the main drug dealer, but I think he is one of the go-to guys, because a main drug dealer, they don't take drugs. My dad taught me that. They don't take drugs. They sell them only. It's a distraction for them. If they take drugs, no. So he's the go-to guys do. And I feel bad because, there's this part of me that doesn't want to report it to the police. Thames Valley Police, because I live in Slough. And there's this part of me that has to report it, and I don't want to. I actually don't want to. He was a nice guy, and he did me right once, and he helped me with my trolley upstairs, and he was very gracious. But then the drugs changed his whole personality, and you wouldn't know him today. He's drunk all the time, drinking drugs. After this heart operation, and I've just got out of the hospital as well, so I've had this huge operation, a pacemaker fitted underneath my chest area kind of thing, because they couldn't operate here because I just had major surgery, and if I didn't have the surgery I'd have died. So without that I could have been incredibly seriously ill. And I feel bad, but I really do need to report him, don't I? Because there's this part of me that really doesn't want to, that thinks, I was hoping above all that he'd change, that he'd shape up his life, that he'd make his life better, and he'd come off the drugs and be like he used to be. But no, things have gotten much worse lately, and he's taking more and more of them every day. Sometimes the road's peaceful, like tonight the road's peaceful. And then other times, whistles, swearing, aggressive behaviour, swearing at others going by, kicking his own door down. It's been a hell, to be honest. He's made the road hell. And then others come out of his house, taking all sorts. They act like they're on something. It's just horrible. I don't like living in our town became very drugged very quickly. It's not nice. More people should do, videos like this to express how against drugs I am. Not medicines that the doctor gives you, like I take for my heart valves and that. I mean, like proper drugs. Street illegal drugs need to be banned. And I think maybe we should start a campaign to stop it, because it's not nice for anybody around. Nobody wants to see people shoot up on the high street. Nobody wants to see people sniff it up their nose or inject it in their arms, and I'm fed up with it. Our town used to be a nice, quiet, peaceful town until 2018 April, and then a new lot came in, probably from Southall and Britwell, I don't know, and really rough bits of London, and they changed everything. People started moving out. It was horrendous, and I mean horrendous. And where I live now, it's nice. It's like it used to be before, but then you get all the people on drugs come in, and it is absolutely horrible. People scream all over all night. They don't think of others. He doesn't even care that I went into hospital or had major surgery. All he cares about is getting his next fix. And I feel bad for him. And I know that's not him. Deep down, I know that. But it also makes me feel infuriated, but very upset, because I've lost a dear friend to some really bad drugs. But I can't be his friend while he's like this. I just can't. But I'm hesitating. I don't want to report him, but if I don't, he'll carry on in this route and maybe he'll die, and it's horrible thought that. But then, if he carries on, or if he gets removed and put somewhere else, then maybe he can get a better life and get some help and go to rehab for drug users and drinkers and try and get off of them so he can clear his head, live somewhere, have a family maybe, and have a better life, because he can't do any of that right now. And obviously, with the whistles and screaming, my autism flares up and my brain gets it's frozen, it's horrible, it's overwhelming for me, and I get ever so upset, It's just hard to know what to do. But this is part of me knows when he goes, I'll feel relieved that he's maybe trying to get some help. But he just needs rehab. He doesn't need to be in the gutter down. He needs to get help. But I thought I'd have a chat about that today, because I had heart surgery, major heart surgery, and I am thankful to Mr. Szynski, the surgeon at the Royal Brompton Hospital in London, for operating on me and making it right again, because I feel a little bit better. Not completely there. Still got the open wound and everything. That will take ages to heal, but it will go. I've been told, because I'm quite worried about it right now, but they say given time it will go, because it's only been 1 or 2 months since the surgery. I had it done they had to cancel it in February because I'm on blood thinners, so I got it done in March. It was March. So hopefully everything will be okay and work itself out. But, I'll have a good cry, because he was a good friend, a dear friend. But at the same time, I can't be his friend anymore because of the drugs. And it makes me feel so sad. And I'm so grateful to be alive. And I want him to be grateful to be alive when he comes off those drugs, if he does. And realise that life is actually worth living, Anyway, I thought I'd have a good chat about that. And hopefully Scott will get some help soon. And his mates will, because They were alright, and they took drugs, and they had the exact same reaction, aggression, the whole personality changes on someone on drugs. They go from being the nicest person on earth to absolutely terrible people. Terrible, like aggressive, their whole mood swing changes, their whole life changes. It's a way of life for them. It's terrible. And I really want Scott to get help before it's too late. Anyway, I thought I'd have a word about that and just basically make a video because I am quite worried about that, and hopefully it won't end up in the gutter because that would be just horrible, you know. Hopefully he will get help and go to rehab, and he knows that I have the best intentions for him no matter what, but everybody's sick of it on this road as well. He just screams all the time. Night moods, and what I mean by night moods is like that. It's too much. No, calls me a effing B. It's horrible the language that's coming out of his mouth. He gets aggressive with everyone. He went from the nicest guy to being like absolutely a nightmare, and that's what drugs does for you. It changes your whole, I'm told that the whole personality changes because the chemicals in the brain change. And I said, well, I take medicine from the doctors, loads. And they said it's not illegal, though. It's proper doctor medicine, you know. And that's why I'm okay, you know. But I feel so sad, you know. Anyway, I hope he does get help. And all the best to him as you know, I would love to go right up to him and say, look, you did me a favour once. You carried my trolley upstairs and you offered me a cup of tea and you were good to me once. And I want you to get off the drugs and, you know, have a better life. But if I do that at the moment, he's just going to get really violent and aggressive, and that's a horrible thought. And to be honest, he's quite scary sometimes. I'm quite worried about it. I've just come out of hospital. Well, not just a couple of months ago, and I'm quite vulnerable still. So, you know, hopefully L&Q, my housing company, can rehouse him somewhere else, because I can't cope with it anymore, and neither can anyone else, quite frankly. Alright, I'll talk to you soon. They're good people, L&Q. Understanding, polite, decent, honourable, good people. And I told them about him, and I said, I can't handle this anymore. It's too much. I don't want to go to you. I don't want to go to the police about it. I was hoping he'd better his life and come off the drugs. No, he's still on them, more and more each day. And it's absolutely destroyed him. Destroyed his life. And I feel sad. But I don't like telling tales. I never have. I've waited 8 years to say something. I was really hoping I wouldn't have to, because usually I don't get involved. If it's affecting me directly, though, it's too much, you know. All right. See you later, guys. And all be well with you all.